Welcome back to HistoriaHigh's Exploration and Colonization series. In this episode, we're going to delve into the story of another significant colony in American history, Plymouth. Join us as we explore the incredible journey of the Pilgrims, who overcame immense challenges to establish a new life in the New World, and how their legacy has influenced the future of the United States. The establishment of Plymouth. In 1620, a total of 102 men and women, including children, set sail aboard a small ship named the Mayflower. Within the passengers, there was a small group of 41 English separatists known as the Pilgrims, who sought refuge from religious persecution in Europe. They believed that they could establish a new society in the New World, where they could worship freely and live according to their own beliefs. After a long and treacherous journey across the Atlantic, the Pilgrims finally reached the shores of present-day Massachusetts. They established their new settlement on a site previously inhabited by the Wampanoag tribe, who had been decimated by European diseases. The Pilgrims named their new settlement Plymouth, after the port in England from which they had departed. The first winter. The first winter in Plymouth was brutal. The Pilgrims had arrived too late in the year to plant crops, and they were ill-prepared for the harsh New England winter. They faced shortages of food, fuel, and warm clothing. Disease ran rampant, and nearly half of the Pilgrims died during the winter. Despite their hardships, the Pilgrims persevered. They built sturdy shelters, fished in the nearby waters, and forged alliances with the local Wampanoag tribe. The assistance of Squanto, a Native American who had been kidnapped by European traders and spoke English, proved invaluable in helping the Pilgrims survive their first year in Plymouth. William Bradford's Journal. William Bradford, who served as the governor of the colony for more than 30 years, wrote a detailed journal that would become one of the most significant documents of the colonial era. Bradford's Journal of Plymouth Plantation provides a first-hand account of the Pilgrims' experiences, from their initial voyage across the Atlantic to their struggles to establish a new community in the harsh wilderness of New England. The Mayflower Compact. Thanks to Bradford's Journal, we know that before disembarking from the Mayflower, the Pilgrims drafted the Mayflower Compact, a document that established a self-governing body for the colony. This document is seen as a precursor to the democratic ideals that would shape American society and government in the centuries to come. The First Thanksgiving. One of the most important events described in Bradford's Journal of Plymouth Plantation happened in the fall of 1621. The Pilgrims celebrated their first successful harvest in Plymouth. They invited their Wampanoag allies to join them in a 3-day feast of Thanksgiving, which has since become a symbol of American unity and gratitude. The Pilgrims and the Wampanoag shared food, played games, and exchanged gifts. The first Thanksgiving marked a significant moment of cultural exchange between the Pilgrims and the Native Americans. It wasn't until October 3, 1863, after the Union Army victory at Gettysburg, that Abraham Lincoln established the last Thursday in November as a national holiday, solidifying Thanksgiving as an annual fall tradition. The decline of the Plymouth Colony. Over time, land disputes and changing leadership further strained the colony's resources and unity. The devastating King Philip's War in 1675 to 1676 marked a turning point for Plymouth Colony. This brutal conflict, fought between Native American tribes, including the Wampanoag, and the English settlers, resulted in significant destruction and loss of life within the colony. The aftermath of the war further weakened Plymouth's position and dealt a final blow to its prosperity. By 1691, Plymouth Colony faced its most decisive moment as it merged with the Massachusetts Bay Colony, effectively ending its independent existence. Key takeaways. Despite its decline, the legacy of Plymouth's self-governance, religious freedom, and perseverance continues to reverberate throughout American history. The Pilgrims were the first group of Europeans to establish a permanent settlement in New England, paving the way for future waves of English colonizers. They also set a precedent for religious freedom and tolerance, which would become a hallmark of American society. Thanks for watching this episode of HistoriaHigh's Exploration and Colonization series. where we discover the past to understand the present.